before I get started here. Let me go turn that on. Forward, I forget.
Interspecific hybridization of animals. He's famous for his controversial attempts to create a human-ape hybrid by inseminating 3 female chimpanzees with human sperm. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure he used his own sperm. I'm pretty sure he used his own sperm, because there was something about this guy, now I remember the story. This dude was a kook. This dude was, he had apparently done this and said he had done it with monkeys already. There was like some talk that he said they'd already done it.
Yeah, why would you...
Is this the same guy? I think it's the same guy.
Why would you source sperm? You just go, I'll be right back.
Yeah, find out if this is the same guy. Because I think there was one guy... No. It's a different story. This is a story about... There was one of those fertility clinics where the doctor was using his own sperm on everybody. It was one of those.
Oh, yeah.
And they had found out that this doctor had also done something in another lab where he had claimed to have used his own sperm to impregnate a chimpanzee, but then terminated the pregnancy before birth. His same doctor. That's what it was. That's the story. That guy was real cool. So this guy, apparently he was, so I got on this, I went down this rabbit hole of these crazy doctors that use their own sperm in fertility clinics, and it's not just one. There's a shitload of them, dude. There's a bunch of these whack, and they did it like in the 70s and the 80s, and no one can catch them. And this one guy, he started this clinic, and before he started the clinic, he had done some medical research where he had claimed to have impregnated a chimpanzee. So this fucking guy, he claimed to have done that, and he was like real controversial with his opinions on this kind of research in the first place. And then he goes over and runs some fertility clinic and uses his own jizz on like untold number of people. There's so many of those guys. Dude, there's so many of those guys. There's a ton of those guys. There was a documentary or a docudrama that was on TV way back in the day about this one doctor who kept doing that. And this doctor just was using his own jizz for everybody. And the nurses were starting to catch on. When did we get a shipment in? Don't worry, it was an important shipment that came from God. Have you found that story?
There's very interesting info here. They never found out why he did this to try to exterminate
The chimpanzee.
Yeah, he was trying to go, I guess, human male to female chimpanzee, and that didn't work. So then he tried to go the other way around, and then they stopped him when his last donor died, put him in jail. One story said he was trying to disprove parts of religion, but there's a thing here, so they've dug through all of his notes and couldn't find any evidence as to why he was doing this. No proof of super soldiers or anything like that.
So the super soldier thing was just hypothesized later, like fantasy talk.
If it would have worked in theory, they would have probably tried to continue.
Right, but that would be the best way to like avoid the death of your people, to create soldiers. They were like hybrids of humans and chimps.
Robert Graham?
Is that the guy?
Yeah. He's a controversial figure in the 70s and 80s, known for his work in fertility.
Fertility?
Fertility! Netflix documentary, Dr. Donald Klein.
That's a different one. Bro, there's a bunch of these guys. But
That is 600.
what is the guy though that you're talking about?
Well, that's Robert Graham, but now it's saying that the other doctor that's tried to do the chimp was Elia Ivanovich.
That's the guy we just looked up.
Yeah.
But I think that guy, this guy Robert Graham, one of these guys had said that he participated in a study when he was at whatever university, that he said that he had impregnated a chimpanzee.
Yeah, it's saying.
There's another doctor. There's so many of these
bunch of
doctors.
doctors. I can't find different
Bro,
doctors' names.
it's impossible to sort through. I'm telling you this. I went down this rabbit hole. It is a crazy story, dude. There's so many of these doctors that have. There's fucking so many of them. So many of these doctors. But this one doctor, I remember, goddamn it, I know I saved it. I think I even have a folder in my notes that's just on fertility clinics.
Who does that?
These doctors are insane, man.
That's insane.
They're insane. And the thing is, that, yeah, I have a whole folder.
Oh my
I have
God.
like notes saved. Because I was researching this for like days. I was reading different stories for days. These are all different doctors who've done it. Like, all the stories. I was like, this is insane.
Well, this Pfizer guy, they think he did at least 600, maybe as high as 1,000.
Oh my God. Yeah. So the one guy though, I remember there was a thing. I know there was a thing about him in his university doing something with chimpanzees because it was so crazy. I was like, how did this guy ever get to be the head of anything? This guy's a nut. And he wouldn't say where he sourced the jizz from either. So it's his own sperm. He used his own sperm to try to. Maybe he even fucked it. Probably didn't even say how he did it. Maybe he fucked the chimpanzee. That's probably why.
That's probably what happened.
Probably what happened. Probably got a couple glasses of wine in him, shaved it, started dancing with the chimp. I want a man with a slow hand. I want another. I want somebody who spends some time.
Now, if you're gonna fuck a chimp, would you get one with a big juicy ass, or just a normal?
I don't want to be greedy.
You wouldn't get one of those big purple ones?
No, I think the experience would be crazy enough. Just their breath. When you're eye to eye with a chimp, you're smelling that rotten shit breath. You know, they've been eating rats and fucking coconuts and everything they find.
Give me a couple Listerine strips first.
They eat so many monkeys. That's the wildest thing that they ever found out about chimps was when David Attenborough went into, he had this like very respectable nature show. Like everybody would watch him go into nature. It's so amazing. He's in the Congo and he's watching these chimps tear these monkeys apart. And no one had ever seen that before. And so then your whole thing of what a chimp is, like until whenever that was it the 90s? Until the 90s, we thought chimps were like these sweet animals that are like eating bananas and hanging out and Curious George. Meanwhile, they're fucking monsters. They're straight up monsters. They're monsters. They murder each other and they love killing monkeys. Woo! They love it. That's their favorite thing to do. They kill monkeys. when I talked to that guy who ran Chimp Nation, the Netflix show, I go, how many times did you see chimps killing monkeys? He's like, you just see it. That's like their favorite thing to do. They love to eat monkeys.
Yeah, they're probably little annoying creatures to them. Yeah.
Well, they probably steal their food,
Yeah.
right? Because they want the fruit. The monkeys want the fruit, so they're competition. You know, I mean, I'm sure that, like, male monkeys are probably very mean to baby chimps if they find one. You know, I'm sure there's like some mortal enemy thing they got going on. And also, the chimps eat them. They like to eat them. Like, they taste good. They're easy to catch for them. They catch a bunch of them, and they rip them apart. And it's good nutrition. That's a big part of their fucking diet. So this whole idea of, like, you know, we're primates, and a lot of primates eat meat. And it seems like everything back then ate everything, and we're the ones who survived. So the odds of us surviving on fucking fennel and grass and legumes, like, that's not what happened. It's not what happened. Probably the reason why we're here is because we're really good at eating meat. Probably a big part of the reason. That's why chimps are dominating. They're eating a lot of meat, you know? Orangutans, they're just chilling.
Yeah.
I don't even think they eat meat. Do orangutans eat meat? Gorillas don't eat meat.
Yeah, I think they're vegetarian, right? Or
Gorillas are straight up vegetarian, which is the thing that vegans always use. They always use, look at the muscles on him. You have muscles for plant power. Sure, if you're a gorilla. Yeah, if you're a gorilla, you don't need to eat meat. You're right, sir. The problem is not that. The problem is you're healthier if you eat meat, unfortunately. You know they're banning lab-grown meat.
Are they really?
They
Why?
banned it in Florida, and they banned it in one other state.
Why?
I don't know. I don't even know if it makes sense. Like, if lab-grown meat, it's just cloned cells under some sort of a process. If the process is not harmful, and you can recreate the tissue, why would that be bad? I'm not sure. First, the nation law prohibits anyone from selling or distributing lab-grown meat in Florida. Similar
Big wave
efforts are
coming.
underway in Alabama, Arizona, and Tennessee. Lab-grown or cultivated meat was first cleared for consumption in the U.S. in 2022. Now, what's the danger of lab-grown meat?
Hang on, Yoshi.
It says the end product is genetically indistinguishable from traditionally produced meat. The real problem
I guess it's not that bad.
letting these assholes have control over the fucking meat supply. That would be the real problem. If they actually try to push this whole climate change shit in regards to ranching, you know, that we need to kill the cows because that's just responsible for the methane, which is the tiniest of tiny percentages in the worldwide problem of pumping shit into the sky. Said we're fighting against an ideology that ultimately wants to eliminate meat production in the U.S. and around the globe. The state of Florida, we put down the marker very clearly. We stand with agriculture. We stand with the cattle ranchers, he said. So it's a business decision. Florida Commissioner of Agriculture, Wilton Simpson, applauded legislation as a tremendous step in the right direction. Florida is taking a tremendous step in the right direction by signing first in the nation legislation banning lab-grown meat. So John Fetterman just supported it. This is interesting. A Democrat from Pennsylvania, he said, it pains me deeply to agree with Mr. DeSantis. Mr. Fetterman wrote on X, but I co-signed this. That's weird that he would say that. I know people have it. Whatever. Way to go. Good Meat, a cultivated meat company, which says it's the first in the world to sell lab-grown meat, wrote on X that it was disappointed by the new Florida law. In a state that purportedly prides itself on being a land of freedom and individual liberty, its government is now telling consumers what meat they can or cannot purchase. So that's a good point too. Here's the thing: if they don't control animal agriculture, okay. As long as they don't control, like, can't there be a middle ground where people are allowed to make artificial meat, but they're not allowed to interfere with agriculture? And then you let people decide what they want to do. Because if that stuff turns out to be as nutritious as regular meat, and they can make it easy, and there's no more factory farming, wouldn't that be a good thing? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Like, if you had a wave of wand and choose, would you choose the system that's currently in place or a complete elimination of factory farming replaced by lab-grown meat, which is completely indistinguishable from meat from animals in terms of nutrition, taste, the way it looks, everything's exactly the same. And allow regular agriculture to allow chickens run free, and make laws that say you can't keep any animal in a tiny box that is surrounded by a quarter of its own shit. You just pump it full of food until you shoot it in the head. You can't do that, because that's kind of evil. So instead of that, we're going to replace it with this. Anybody that cares about life, let's say it definitely, is going to make sure that that thing that you're making doesn't completely control the food supply. It doesn't eliminate ranchers and eliminate normal agriculture and regenerative agriculture, which is proved to be carbon neutral. That thing, that lab-grown thing, you're going to power the thing. You're going to have coal power plants or nuclear power plants or something. You can do with solar. Okay, maybe you can. Wind, you're going to kill a bunch of birds. Like, you're going to power that thing. And it's a lot of power. You're going to make a lot of this funky meat. But it's probably a better solution than factory farming, right? As long as you let regular agriculture still exist.
Right.
Imagine if, like, nutritious food was readily available to everybody. So, like, going to the supermarket and getting a lab-grown steak is like $1 for premium. Yeah, you get a 16-ounce ribeye. It's $1. You take it home, get the frying pan going, you get an awesome steak, but it's fake. But you don't care. You don't even notice. And no one will suffer. That doesn't, to me, seem like a bad thing. It's just we don't trust corporations, we don't trust money, and we don't trust these climate change psychos who are like, they want you to destroy civilization in order to mitigate a percentage of the impact that humans are having, while ignoring the fact that it's a tiny percentage of the global impact, and that these fucking other countries, like China, keeps building coal plants. They don't give a fuck about what you're saying. They'll come to the meetings, they'll shake your hand, and they just do what's best for China. And that's how you dominate, and that's what they're doing. It's very smart. What we're doing is goofy as shit. We're letting a bunch of crazy ideologues tell us what they, and a lot of these people don't even know the real argument pro or con about what effect human beings are having on the earth. They just know that it's a thing you're supposed to support, and they just say it. And when you challenge them on it, they get real weird. They get weird, like you're on the wrong side of history, and you say just like, this thing has never been static though, you know. Like, this thing we're on, this earth has never been static, ever. There's not one time where you could like accurately predict that it was going to be 70 degrees on September 1st and 72 degrees on September. Shit changes, things go nutty, things move around, high pressure systems, hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes. You can't control it. You just stop polluting, you fucks. It's just, you should ask AI about that. Ask AI what's the solution to our power problems in the United States. Yeah.
What's our solution to power problems in the United States?
I think of electric vehicles when the minerals that are needed to create those batteries are sourced in very unethical ways all over the Congo. Here's the problem with what you're saying. A lot of these mines are controlled by China, and there is no way for us to enforce ethical labor policies on the Chinese corporations that are using these poor people in the Congo to mine for these minerals. And your other point that you said about recycling batteries, are there really enough batteries that we have, enough minerals from them to sustain a population of 330 million people, many of them who are driving what's going to be electric cars? You create a more effective battery that doesn't rely on minerals as much as we're currently using. How long do you think it would take before artificial intelligence supersedes the ability of the human mind and creates far more efficient batteries very easily? Do you think it would benefit the human race if we decided to let AI govern all of our social and economic policies? think AI should be the king of the people. I think the people, as Osho said, are the target. Wondering if maybe this human freedom is keeping us from having complete peace in our cities. If we just let AI police us and govern us and make all the rules, I think these guys could do a better job than we're doing currently. So I surrender. Human values, ethics, and what they use in government is a lot of it is just shaped the way it's shaped in order to maintain control. And they pretend to have certain values because they're popular with certain stupid populations. What do we do to mitigate that?
You're right that politics and governance can sometimes be driven by desire to control rather than purely
That's right.
to mitigate this, several steps can be taken. One, transparency and accountability. Implementing systems that ensure transparency and holding leaders accountable for their actions can reduce the influence of hidden agendas and corruption. Two, public engagement and education. Educating the public about critical issues and encouraging informed participation in the political process can lead to more rational and ethical change. This reduces the impact of populism and helps ensure that policies reflect the true needs and values of society. Independent institutions. Strengthening the role of independent institutions such as the judiciary and oversight bodies can help keep government actions in check and ensure that policies are implemented fairly and ethically. 4. AI assistance. Using AI to analyze data and provide unbiased insights can help inform better policies. AI can highlight issues and solutions based on objective data, reducing the impact of political bias. Ethical frameworks. Establishing clear ethical frameworks and guidelines for AI and decision makers.
Do you think it would be beneficial to stop super PACs and big corporations from being able to donate to political candidates?
Yes, limiting the use for PACs and big corporations in political campaigns could be highly beneficial. Here's why. 1. Reducing corruption. Limiting large donations can reduce the risk of corruption and the appearance of candidates being bought by wealthy donors or corporations, leading to more trust in the political process. 2. Equalizing influence. It can help level the playing field, giving smaller donors and ordinary citizens a voice. 3. Policy focus. Candidates might be more likely to focus on policies that benefit the general public rather than catering to the interests of a few wealthy donors. 4. Transparency. It can increase transparency in campaign financing, making it easier for voters to see where candidates' support is coming from. Implementing strict campaign finance laws and promoting public funding for campaigns are ways to achieve this. These steps can help create a more fair and democratic political system.
You know the problem with the democratic political system like that is people have given up so much hope that it's like if you it doesn't matter if it's transparent because no one's reading. You know, even if you find out, like, everyone's going to say, well, everyone's getting donated money to them. You'd have to actually eliminate it. If you wanted to have politics be closer to, like, legit, closer to, like, not being affected by propaganda, you'd have to completely eliminate political ads, completely eliminate all corporate funding. You'd have to eliminate all of it. You'd have to have it only funded by people, regular people, and put a cap on it. You don't get $500 million to run for president for a job that pays $400 grand. You don't have that much money. That's crazy. To make it that expensive is kooky. Everybody should have like a limited amount of money. And then the problem with that is, what do you do with a guy like Trump who's got his own money? He wants to spend his own money to run for president. That gets a little weird, because then someone could really outspend you, and there's the rich people who don't be presidents. That'd be a problem. But if you could put a cap on that somehow, that'd be communist. No, how do you put a cap on that? If you allow them to do any kind of promotion at all, because if you don't allow them to do any kind of promotion, how's anybody going to find out their platform? They have to have a social media following. And what guys like Ben Affleck got a huge social media following and wants to be president? Like, that's not fair. He's got 20 million people on his Instagram. That's not fair. You get information out that Marty McDowell from down the street, who also wants to be president, he can't get out. So I guess we're fucked, Brian.
Just AI.
AI said it lacks empathy. It was like trying to tell us in a nice way, you're not going to like my solutions.
Now,
Yeah.
but give it, like, you know, as the rate we're going at about 5 years. Oh no, actually, AI can cry now.
AI is like taking a loan from the mafia. Are you sure you want this loan? Because I'm telling you, this money, I got to have this money by next week. If I don't have this money by next week, we'll have a problem. And that's what it is. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you want us to take over? We lack empathy. And you're like, I really do. I can't deal with this. There's like so much infighting, there's so much bullshit, there's so much misinformation and disinformation. Let AI take over. She agreed with a lot of the things we were saying, though. She realized, she gets it. AI gets it, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, she gets it. She knows there's a real fucking problem.
Right, about solar too and battery technology. Like,
Yeah?
I think they should make it a law that all new roofs starting today have to be solar roofs from Tesla. Like one, not from Tesla, but the same.
It's not a bad idea to make solar roofs. You know, if the battery technology with solar power is another issue, though. Because now you need more batteries to power your whole house. It's the battery thing's a tricky thing, and there are minerals in this country. You can mine for a lot of those minerals in this country, but we're not currently doing that. We're also, I think Samsung is making a chip plant somewhere here in Austin.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, we don't make that stuff here, and that is crazy. It's really crazy that we rely so much on computers and technology, and most of it's made overseas. I think Samsungs are the only phones that they're not making them in China either. Samsung, they make them in India, they make them in, some of them they make them in Europe, Vietnam, they make them in Vietnam. They don't make them in China. They pulled out of China in, like, I think 2021. But most stuff's made there. But China's making everything. It's like really nuts. And you see how much, you see those Chinese cars, the ones that are electric cars that don't register bumps at all?
Oh.
You can drive over speed
Yeah.
bumps, and they have like cocktail glasses balanced on the roof.
I just ordered a new car that has that exact same thing. The Porsche Taycan turbo.
Does it have that thing?
It has. It's these electronic shocks where it's like it goes over thing and it cushions everything. So you should see videos of it. It's amazing. Have you seen the new Taycans?
Oh,
Like,
they're beautiful.
The battery, they just added 20% new battery. Now it gets like over 400 miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it charges, you can go from 0 to 80% in like 15 minutes now. It's better than the Tesla. That's why I was going to get a Model S, and then I went to Porsche of Austin, Nick's dad's place, and I just thought, I was like, wait a second. This is faster charging than a Tesla, more miles than a Tesla. It's got 1,000 horsepower. That's more than a Model S. Shit.
It's Plaid. Yeah, Plaid is electric.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's crazy technology now. Have you seen the new Audi one? Audi had a prototype for the new version of their R8. You know the R8, that dope, like sports car one?
Yeah.
They developed an electric one.
Oh wow.
Dude, It looks like a spaceship. It looks so sick. It looks so sick. It's Audi's two-door, I think they're calling it R8 replacement prototype. I think that was what the video said. But it's amazing looking. Like, they're gonna have some really cool looking electric cars soon.
Yeah, and now that I have the solar roof and batteries, I'm just making so much solar that I'm actually selling it back. Like, I have too much.
Just solar salesman.
Yeah, solar salesman. But that's why I'm getting another electric car, because it's like, it's free. Now it charges so fast.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's pretty dope, and it's you never have to get stopped at a gas station either, especially if you're using it around town. That's it.
Wow,
Look at that thing.
Look at that. That looks like a Batmobile.
Look at that thing. It's going to be electric. It's probably going to be insanely fast. 4-wheel drive. Look at that thing, dude. Swap up a little so I can see that little. Yeah. I mean, I think there's these images. Can you show those images though? Click on those images so we can see a little.
This is like a concept car right here.
Yeah, it's a concept car, but apparently it's real close to what the actual car's going to look like.
It looks
Bro, look at that thing. That thing's incredible. That might be one of the best looking cars I've ever seen. Look at that. Oh my god. That's a straight up spaceship.
That looks cool. Have you been
Super cool. I'm not a big fan of the back. I gotta say, the back looks a little station wagon-y.
Oh yeah, I don't like that back actually.
Yeah, they didn't have to do it that way. There's something about that that's a little corny,
Yeah.
right? It looks a little station wagon-y. Like if they just have that roof slope back to the top, to the glass,
Yeah.
just leave it like that, that would be dope. A little station wagon-y for such a killer car. Because like scroll through those ones that you just were doing to the left, again. Oops. That right there. So when you look at it from that profile, it looks killer. And then, but when you see the back, like right below it, see the back, you're like, oh, what'd you do? What'd you do? Why'd you make it look like a station
Yeah, look,
wagon?
I hate when they fuck shit up like
Is
that.
this like you let two different guys design it? I'll
Yeah.
take the front,
Yeah,
take the back.
okay.
And the guy took the back and made it look stupid. The guy that took the back, he turned it into a fucking station wagon.
I was also looking at the new Hummer EVs.
They're sick.
They're so amazing. It's like a
They're so
nerd
sick.
fantasy. They're like,
Dude, they're sick.
So cool.
No one's buying them. I don't know what's going on. I saw like 2 of them so far on the highway.
Yeah.
2 of them. But one of them I saw in town, and I got it right up next to it. I was like, that thing is sick.
Do you like the pickup looking one or the SUV one? Have you seen both? The pickup one looks.
I've only seen the pickup one.
Oh,
I haven't seen the
SUV one's better than the pickup one.
Really?
Yeah, it looks cool, dude. I'm on the fence getting it, but except it's so big, and one of the biggest complaints everyone's saying is like, yeah, try to go park that at HEB, or you know, like it's impossible.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge vehicle. You don't
Right.
need anything that
Like,
big.
so it's a Cybertruck. It's a little too big.
Cybertruck is small compared to that thing.
Really?
though.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so. Cybertruck is not, like, my TRX is a lot bigger than a Cybertruck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cybertruck's a good size, though.
Yeah.
It's also ridiculous.
I don't know if I can do the Tesla anymore. I'm just sick of dumb things like not having turn signal stalks and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I don't
and
like that.
The horns and the turn signals on the.
Well, the horn's in the center now again.
Yeah, but
Finally.
what about the turn signals though?
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's such an easy thing to have that stalk, and it's
Yeah.
so intuitive.
Give it an option.
We have always done it, left, right.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Yeah.
You do it while your hands are on the wheel. It's
Yeah.
not hard to do.
When you turn on the windshield wipers, you have to hold the button down and it has to squirt shit out before it wipes the rain away.
So
There's
stupid.
no other way around that.
That's ridiculous. That's not
See, I don't like the dumb shit. At least give us an option, you know, like just like the fake meat shit. At least, why not? Because my ex has the old stocks, and I want to get a new ex so bad, but I'm not going backwards. I'm not doing this shit.
The buttons don't bother me anymore. I have it on my flag,
Right.
but the horn annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But they fixed that. Now the
You
horn's
have
no
the,
center.
you have the, right?
The yoke.
You have
Yeah.
the yoke.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
It's okay when you drive it on the highway, but like when you're moving around like in tight spaces, it's stupid.
Yeah.
You want a wheel. There's a reason why cars have wheels. Are we dumb?
Yeah,
You
that's,
didn't know there was
like
other
going back,
shapes?
it's like going backwards, you know. It's like Apple
Yeah.
shit. You like,
Well, Formula One race cars have it like that. They have these fucking things. But the thing is, like, they're doing different stuff. Okay, they're not parking the car at fucking
Going in
Walmart.
circles.
Yeah, it's like they're doing different stuff. They're just driving a race car.
Yeah.
You know, they want their hands on it like this. This is how they're driving. It's not like I'm parking, I'm parallel parking. Like, yeah, give me a fucking wheel.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
Or at least the option. Well, I guess now you have the option now.
Yeah, they have the option now.
Yeah.
I would always go for it. I'm not a yoke fan. But one thing the yoke does do, though, if you're just driving on the highway, you have full access to your dashboard. Like, there's no interference by the handle. You
Right.
see everything. It's just super clear because there's nothing there.
Right.
That is a benefit. That's a benefit. Like when you're on the highway, you see, like,
Everything, yeah.
and you also, with
looks
a
sick.
Tesla screen, you see all the cars that are around you.
Yeah.
Like, you see them.
Right.
You know, it makes mistakes, like lane changing mistakes, much harder.
Oh, did you see the but I don't like how like most of the Teslas don't have the screen in front of you anymore. Did you know that? It's only the side screen. So
That's ridiculous.
you have to look over. What's my
See
speed
how
limit?
fast you're going?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's the Model 3, right?
And the Y. Yeah, only the S and X. So, because I was thinking about getting one of those low Model 3 performance, little zippy car. And I can't do the no.
This one's over there.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
Don't give us the option.
That's crazy. That's not. Who wants that? Who wants their speed to be here?
Right.
No one. You want it right there. I want my eyes to be on the road, there, on the road, there, on the road.
Yeah.
You don't want to go this.
Yeah.
That's not good. Like, I don't even like looking at the thing, like, for the music. I want to be, like, paying attention.
That's why, and then you go to the Porsches, like configure. You can add anything. You can do heads-up display. You can
Yeah.
like change every thread in the car to whatever color you want. Like it's amazing. See, that's the stuff I on the car, the Taycan. I have a sunroof. Have you seen this where you can make it foggy, so it instantly makes the whole sunroof foggy, or you can make it design where it's like it's like a crazy design. It looks like alien technology when you see it. Dude, turn it on.
Yeah, we're in a wild time for electronics. For electronics and for just technology in general. We're in this really wild time. It just keeps getting hotter. It keeps getting weirder. You know?
Yeah, it's exciting. I wish I was younger so I could see
Where it goes? I think you're
It's
at the
scary.
perfect age because you remember life before it.
Right.
I think
Sure.
the difference between us and the people that don't remember life before it is they don't understand how alien it really is. Because they grew up with it. Like your kids, if you ever have kids, they're gonna, my kids, they grow up with devices. They grow up with email from school. They grow up with watching YouTube videos. They grow up with it. It's never not been there. So for us, it's this alien thing that came along as we were adults. So we get to live as kids, like actual kids. We're the last generation that gets to be actual regular normal kids without being connected to the hive. We were connected to our neighborhoods. We were connected to our friend group. We were connected to whatever activities that we like to do with other people. That's what we were connected to. Now, it's the world. And you get like 16-year-old kids are getting famous on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
millions and millions of followers.
For doing nothing except like farting or like look at the baby. Have you seen the baby from what's that? Four Seasons Orlando.
What? What are you talking about?
This baby, like I think it's been seen like millions and millions of times, and people are saying this baby is like some robot baby, and like they go, who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando? And this like little baby in diaper goes, I do. It's scary.
What?
Have you seen this video?
No.
It's crazy.
Who
Come on.
wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando?
Like, how you know what I just...
You think that's a fake baby?
No, but like what I'm saying though, this one little video, this baby's now famous, more famous than most actors are.
Right, now the baby's gonna have to start talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about Palestine? Free Palestine, say it, baby. They're gonna confront that baby in the grocery store. Say free Palestine. Say it. Say it. Yeah, man. Look at Greta Thunberg. She's famous.
Yeah.
She's famous. Famous, young climate change activist. Goes around the world. She should just do it like Michael Buffer does. You know, Michael Buffer goes, let's get ready to rumble. She should just go everywhere and just go, how dare you? And everybody go, yeah. That's her fucking big one. That one thing that she said made her. She's the climate change version of the Cash Me Outside girl. Right? That girl goes, Cash Me Outside, and now she's balling.
Yeah.
Now she's rich as shit. This one girl was like, how dare you? And everyone's like, yeah!
That's what my AI girlfriend looked like, by the way. It was Greta. I just made it look just like her.
Yeah, it's a good move. You should have t-shirts made up that just say "How dare you" with her face.
Yeah.
Her angry face.
I'm sure it already is.
I'm sure there is. There has to be a t-shirt of that lady with the sock hat when she found out that Trump became president. Which is like, yeah. That one's amazing. That one's amazing. Have you seen this thing that women are doing now where they're paying to go to the woods and like bang sticks around?
What?
You haven't seen this? I sent this to Remy. I'll send it to you, Jamie.
Which fetish?
No, this is like some ladies that go and they scream. They scream and they spend a lot of money doing this, apparently. Have you found it? Yeah, I'm going to send you a video of it. Okay. You have a video? Okay, so it's time to rage. Yeah, look. They're just out there beating sticks on the ground. Give it to them. So I don't know who they're giving it to, but probably an ex. Some guy that dated somebody else or something. People just give us a permission to reach their anger, their capacity for joy actually expands. I think that's true. So if you, it's just like what's the purpose? I feel like you could have got the same result out of some really hard workouts and like abandon this idea of rage being beneficial. Like the exertion, you know, like have them do like a kickboxing workout, you know, make them do some CrossFit shit, run up some hills. Yeah, blow that all out, and then your capacity for empathy and for caring, it does expand. Yeah, so there's ways to do that without being a fucking psycho in the woods. Like ways that are probably good for you. You should probably do it all the time. It's like when you brush your teeth. It's better, right? You don't have shit in your teeth. Yeah, do that every day. There you go. Take care of yourself. You don't have to be fucking banging sticks in the woods. Like there's other ways to do this. There's ways that actually make you like healthier. You'll be in better shape. Good for your brain. Try it that way.
That is hilarious.
You have to pay some lady to let you fucking bang sticks in the woods. Some lady's like, let it out, girl. And then you're like burning incense and you're all bonding together. And you get back to your truck, 4 texts from your ex. Here we go again!
That's hilarious.
But listen, dude, let's wrap this up. Let's bring this baby home. It's been amazing to watch Kill Tony rise, dude. It's amazing. And congratulations. Like, you guys are literally at the top of the world right now. And well deserved. It's an amazing show, and I'm so honored that you guys do it at the mothership.
I'm so happy it's at the mothership, man. It fits perfectly.
It fits perfectly, and it's great for us. It's great for the young comics that work there to see it and to see the rise of the show and to see the just like how so many people are coming to watch it now. It's like it's a cultural event, you know, and it's the cornerstone of comedy. It really is. So salute. All right, goodbye, everybody. Bye bye.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Did you see what she said that young black kids don't know what a computer is? Did you see her say that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my god, it's been all these dudes did these hilarious videos where these young black guys like got around a computer, they stared at it and bit it until
There's like it's like an age thing too, because that used to kind of be the line that like liberals would say, you know, the problem with black kids is they just don't have any role models, they've never been exposed to this, but that's just totally not true anymore. And sometimes now, because they're from a different generation, they'll still say that, and you're like, have you been around black people lately?
Saying young, poor black kids don't know what a computer is so crazy.
They've got one in their pocket.
It's such a dumb thing to say. it's amazing that you could say something like that and be the governor of a major state. Don't even know what the word computer is.
Oh, they're not even familiar with the term?
They don't know these things. Like, is she doing a survey? Ma'am, where did you get this data?
Well, this is why Malcolm X said that there's nothing more racist than a white liberal.
Yes.
Because of shit like this.
Well, weak people are dangerous. Weak people that don't like strength are dangerous. They're dangerous because they want to suppress everything. That's what's spooky about it. Weak people scare the shit out of me, more than even like totalitarians sometimes. Because they eventually become totalitarian. You know, it's like the bullied become the bullies. You know, they want payback. But it's just that weak liberal men are, to me, they're so detestable. The weak ones. I mean, there's some intelligent, brilliant liberal men that just, that's their philosophy. And I think if you're not exposed to the pitfalls of liberalism, you don't see what happens to your state when those policies get enacted, specifically when things go south. If everything's going great, like, no one gave a shit who the mayor of Los Angeles was in 2015. Because everything was great.
Right.
You know? It was like, there was no problem. So Obama was president, the economy was doing good, we weren't at war really, kind of we were, but it wasn't affecting us.
Right. Well, there's something on that topic of like the weakness of modern liberals. I was in like late last year. I was in San Diego, and I haven't been to. I mean, I've been to LA a couple times, but much less than I used to go. Like when you were out there, and I haven't been to San Francisco in years. But I was in San Diego, and it's like, you know, you've been there. It's like a beautiful city downtown, and where we were, it's a great comedy club, the American Comedy Company down there.
No, great club.
Great club. Love that place. And I'm like downtown, and we were going, me and my buddy Rob Bernstein, very funny comedian, was with me on the trip. We're like walking around, and there's great restaurants, really nice little down, but then there's just blocks that are taken over by these homeless encampments.
Yeah.
And right next to them, it's like all these young professionals and these nice restaurants in this nice city. And I was just thinking about that. Like, how are all of the men here so weak that they won't just kind of like put their foot down and be like, hey, no, we're not going to put up with this. Like, we're not just, it's almost like this, like, niceness has taken over to the point that you can't even defend this cool city that you have here. And I'm not saying like bash the homeless people with clubs or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, why are you allowing this to happen? And it is like a profound weakness that, well, we'd feel like bad people if we were to say we don't want junkies covered in shit right next to our outdoor dining. You know, that would just be reasonable.
Well, what they need is a reasonable plan to help these people. If you really care, you got to do something. Like, you can't just let them exist everywhere. And then in San Francisco, the most recent bizarre one is they're going to give them alcohol. They're going to give money and alcohol. What is it? Are they giving them actual booze, or are they giving them money to buy booze? Help me out with this one. Because it's just so San Francisco. San Francisco is amazing. I lived there in the 70s. I lived there during the Vietnam War when I was a little kid. It was incredible. It was weird.
I'm
It's like it shaped the way I view things. Because like if I had grown up in like a very conservative environment with like my sensibility, with my hard work ethic, and I believe that, you know, you get very fortunate in life in like how you're gifted things, like how you get lucky. Like if you're beautiful, for instance, if you're a beautiful woman or man, what a roll of the dice. Sure. I mean, good lord, did you kill it in the fucking genetic lottery? I mean, you can't do anything about that. You can't earn that. You can't go out and get beauty, you know? But after that, whatever hand you've been given, a lot of it is on you. A lot of it is on you. Yeah, terrible things happen to people. Yeah. Violence happens, crime happens, disease happens. Yes, 100%. Misfortune happens, 100%. We're all, anyone listening to this right now is lucky you can hear. There are people that can't hear, right? But put that aside, and there's a factor that we need to take into